So I wanted to show you guys how to use the GeoGebra app for some of our finance problems. We're going to be looking at this problem where it wants us to find the future value of a $3,500 investment after 8 years, if it's earning an annual interest rate of 7%, and then we're going to find different types of what that future value would be for different types of compounding. We're going to start with annually, and then we'll do semi-annually, quarterly, monthly, and daily. So first, in our GeoGebra app, we would want to put in an input, and we're going to hit these 3 dots that are over here on the side. And I've already searched for future value and present value. You can see that there at the top. But if that's not there for you, you can always search for future, and it'll pop up as future value. And then if I press these 3 dots to the side of that, it'll tell me all the things I need to put in, but that doesn't stay on the screen for very long. That just went away on its own. So it'd probably be good for you guys to write some of this stuff down ahead of time. In the parentheses, we're supposed to put the rate, and then the number of periods, the payment, present value, and the type. And what this means for rate, we're going to take our interest rate and we're going to divide that by the number of periods. For annually, this would be 1. Semi-annually, we're going to have to divide by 2, etc. For a number of periods, this is how many periods you have total over the years. So my period, I have 1 period annually, but it happens for 8 years in my problem, so I would do 1 times 8. For semi-annually, I'm going to have to do 2 times 8. For payment, there is no payment in our problem that we have right now. We deposited $3,500 at the beginning, and so that's considered present value. So for payment, we're going to put in 0. Present value, we're going to put in a negative $3,500, just like we would in our TVM solver in our calculator. And the type, really on this one, you just have to put in, you can either put in a 0 or 1. For 0, that means our payment's happening at the end of the period, and 1 means it's happening at the beginning. And we're almost, well, none of our problems are going to have the beginning of the period as our payment. So we're always going to put a 0 at the very end for future value. So let's go put all this stuff into our problem. So remember, this is, actually, let me get back to my pictures. This is our problem. So we want to put in 7% for the interest rate. So I'm going to put 7, and I do want to put the percentage sign. So I have to click on this f of x, and there's my percent. We're going to divide that by 1. Go back. Never mind. It doesn't like what I just did. Okay, future value, 7%. I guess I don't need to divide that by 1 right now. And then go back to 1 to 3 for the comma. And then we're supposed to put the number of periods. So it's annual times 8 years, and then comma. And then I'm supposed to put in payment, but we didn't have a payment on this problem, so it's 0. My present value was negative $3,500. And then at the end, I'll put a 0. And then down there, it has an arrow pointing at $6,013 and 65 cents is what I would round that to. So that's my future value. If I want to keep going on this problem and do semi-annually next, I basically need to copy what I just did. So you can hit these 3 little dots on the side and hit duplicate. And I'm going to go in and edit this. So it converted my 7% to 0.07 automatically. So I'm going to do divide by 2 since this is semi-annual. And then I'm going to do 8 times 2 here for my number of periods. But everything else should stay the same. My payment is still 0. My present value is still negative $3,500. And now I have this new amount right here, that $6,068 and 95 cents. Okay, and again, I could keep duplicating this and edit for my other problems. So next we were supposed to do quarterly. And so I could edit this to divide by 4. And here I would want to put 8 times 4. Okay, and there's my new amount. Okay, and we would just keep doing this for monthly and daily.